Attention, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Senator Tommy Tuberville is going to be joining us in a moment. Probably going to be. Oh, he's here. He's joining us. Senator, also on your way to becoming the next governor, but we're not going to jinx that.
He won the primary by only 85%.
Yeah, come on. What's with the other 15%, Senator? Come on.
85 and a half, John.
Oh, God.
But, Senator, we have you on this morning to talk about something that's very important to you and all over the country. And another example of some potential really strong bipartisanship in Congress. This is the work that you're doing to try to make AI and other technology safe for children in schools. So tell us where that stands right now, please.
Well, it's very important. And people talk about AI is coming. No, it's not coming. Sorry, here. It's the future of our country. Same thing when we came up with the computer, the iPhone, and the internet. And it's going to be 10 times probably faster growing than anything that we've done. So we need to start educating. We need to have ethics. We need to do things in our classroom from K through 12. Kids need to be told and taught about the use of AI. And this generation coming up will decide the future of our country against people like Russia and China, who are vastly growing in AI, and they're trying to hold us back. China is doing all the propaganda with the mainstream media about we don't need data centers. They're bad for the environment. They use too much electricity, too much water. All this propaganda is coming from China, and they're trying to hold us back from gaining ground to continue to beat them in AI. But we have to be able to educate our kids. It's all about education. We used to be a vastly well-educated country. We're not anymore because socialism and communism has taken over in a lot of our K through 12s and our four-year universities. But we have to fight back at that. We have to fight back. We have to teach our kids more and important things about education. If you talk to Elon Musk says that, hey, you don't need to go to a four-year school anymore. Just learn how to use AI. AI will educate you a lot more than these propaganda-based woke professors in these four universities. And I totally agree with him, because if we don't get some of these people out of harm's way in terms of teaching our kids, we're going to lose our country as we know it.
Senator, you know a lot about the university world, having been at the university there. First of all, my apologies. My daughter's going to Vanderbilt, and we all know what Vanderbilt did to the Crimson Tide. My apologies for that. But all kidding aside, how are the universities incorporating this? I mean, we pay a lot of money to send our kids to these schools, and if you're not doing that, you're still paying a lot of money to these schools in taxes. The one thing that the universities in America had, despite all the woke politics for a while, was we still were the best for STEM education and medical education and things like that. Are we on a good pace to incorporate AI education at our universities?
I think we're talking very favorably about it. Are we doing anything about it? That's the problem. We have to mandate what's going on in our four-year schools, and even through K through 12. I'm going to do that in Alabama. We're going to start teaching our teachers online about AI. We're going to work and have an hour a day of AI, K through 12, and we're going to mandate that we do it in the proper channels through our four-year universities. Now, the problem that we have, again, is we're going to be fighting these woke professors in these universities. I tell you, we're going to have trouble. You're going to have huge trouble in the Northeast around all these supposedly nonprofit Ivy League schools that, again, are infiltrated by Chinese and people from other countries that are going to fight back on this. And President Trump obviously is fighting back on it. But in the South, you can see the growth in this country. The growth in this country now is all over the South. People are moving out of the Northeast, moving to the South. They want to go to where the taxes are lower, but also education is better. Now, it is better in the South, but it can be much better, and we need to make some changes there. But it's almost gone in the Northeast because of all the woke socialism nonsense that Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are preaching, and this is just carrying on over into education.
Senator, this is Fernando Mateo. Thank you for being on the show today. I mean, we've taken over Sid's show here, and we're having a lot of fun, and we love having people like you. Are you trying to say that there are no woke people in Alabama?
Oh, yeah. No. We've got
woke doesn't exist there?
Yeah, they exist. Not quite as much as it is in the Northeast and on the far left coast, in some of the big cities in the Midwest. No, we've got plenty of it. We've got enough to where if we turned our head and had a blind eye to it, that it would really rapidly grow. Now, that's the reason that you're seeing a lot of change in governors. You're going to have a new governor in Tennessee, a new governor in Georgia, a new governor in Alabama, a new governor in Florida. And I'm keeping an eye on that, and I know all these people, and we're all going to grow together to make sure that we fight back on any form of socialism or third world country people move into our states, because what's happening is our culture is changing, and we're not going to allow the culture to change in the South. I would hope that we would have a better plan in the Northeast and some of our Midwest cities, but it looks like that President Trump's fighting with ICE. He's fighting with a lot of these mayors and governors, but it's not making a lot of headway, and that's the reason that we need a stronger Congress up here when we've got House, the Senate, and the White House.
So what you're saying here is that you guys are going to keep the woke out by creating a block of unity of all these southern states.
Well, yeah, of course. Now,
congratulations, Senator. Congratulations.
You're not going to be 100%, but you're going to keep a majority. And as long as you got a majority, you can overcome the minority in terms of the people that believe in socialism, communism, believe in DEI, no law enforcement, defund the police, and all that. It's just unfortunate. Being up here in the Senate now almost for 6 years, I've seen the rapid growth, not just all over the country in some areas, but also here in Congress, about the talk of socialism, the talk of communism, the talk of higher taxes. You know, what you're doing in the Northeast in New York, the 5% wealth tax. My God, y'all don't want any people up there. Y'all just want to run people out down to, hey, we'll take them. We'll take all those billionaires in Alabama and Georgia and Tennessee. And guess what? They're coming. They're coming by the dozens. And, again, but we need an entire country of 50 states that believes in our Constitution.
What we need up here is to get the block that you have down there moving up here so that we can fix this woke situation.
Well, it's all about leadership.
That's
you gotta
right.
have leadership. And if you don't have leadership, then you got huge problems. Now, you got leadership in New York now, but it's going the wrong direction, way wrong. Same thing in Chicago and Detroit, obviously in L.A. All those things are just going the opposite direction. And I don't know whether it needs to go to the bottom before people just realize, what the heck have we done? But again, what's going to happen is you're running out people that really want to work, that really want to have success. You're running them out of the Northeast, and they're coming south. And again, we'll take them. But this country can't survive with 10 or 15 states that just believe in our Constitution and capitalism. We have to have everybody on board. And hopefully we don't have to go to the bottom before we figured out that we've made a huge mistake in accepting the things like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and Mondami and Gavin Newsom believe in.
And Sanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Judge.
Bernie Sanders.
So what is going on? What is going on in Washington? Anything good?
Well, tomorrow we're going to find out, and I'm looking forward to President Trump is coming to the Senate. We have a lunch every Tuesday and Wednesday. He's been invited to come over, and we should have invited him a long time ago. He's the leader of our party. He's the leader of the country. He's the leader of everybody in this country, and he's actually the leader of the free world. And look what he's trying to do. He has got his hands full. And unfortunately, he's got a handful of people in the United States Senate and the Republican side that don't like him. And they don't hold any bones about it. So I hope he comes in tomorrow. And, it'll be an interesting day. We need to get everything out on the table. We have no time to waste. We have 3 or 4 months to the midterms. I'd like to see him come in, open the door, and slam it on the way in and say, okay, let's get something straight. 80 to 90% of the people believe, as Republicans and even Democrats, 70% believe in the Save America Act. Why are you 4 people in here voting against it? And just go to each one of them. Mm-hmm. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Tell me why you're against the American people. You're a United States Senator. You're not voting for yourself. You're voting for the people. And I want to hear them in front of the most popular and the best leader that we've had in my lifetime, Donald Trump, and look him in the eye and tell him why they're not voting for the Save America Act. And I exposed all 4 of them last week. And
Can you tell us the names of the four again right now? So if we have 1 million people listening, I want those 1 million people to know.
Okay. Last week, it was Tom Tillis, North Carolina. Now, Tom's going out the door, and he's never been a Donald Trump guy. I want to hear what he says about the Save America Act, though, because I know people in North Carolina believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
Susan Collins, who's running for office in Maine, and she's running for her 19th term or something. I know she's been up here forever. She had her 10,000 votes last week. That doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, meaning you set a record of votes. That doesn't mean anything.